My name is Akasan. After 4 long years on the island of Fukuoka, I have come back to Tokyo with one goal in mind. Be an honest YouTuber. But to do that, I can't always give the reactions people want. To honor my channel's reputation, I must be someone else. I must be something else. Previously on Aka.
What is up? My name is Akasan.
The nicest.
Hey, how's it going? So, Arrow, 150th episode. This is a big thing. It's a really big thing. And I was kind of wondering, why is it a big thing? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no.
He's looking for napkins or here.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
Yes.
We got pizza. We're celebrating. It's Arrow time.
Yeah,
I was kind of wondering why it is but I think I know why. Is unless Arrow goes for like 2 or 3 more seasons, we're not gonna get like a episode 200 like that.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
There's already talks about how Arrow, they're addressing how old Arrow has already gotten in its season right now, and like what are they gonna do in the future like that?
Right.
Are they gonna it's time to cancel it or whatever? If it goes 3 more seasons, we'll get that 200th episode. But they're also thinking. But at the same time, I was also thinking they ordered a pilot for Batwoman.
Okay.
So it's very possible that Arrow might bounce.
Huh.
And Batwoman will come in like that. I don't know. I don't want that to be the main reason.
Yeah.
I want it to be on a creative standpoint of like, if they can wrap up the show gracefully in next season or in 2 seasons, that's fine. But I don't want them to just make it go on and on, like, for example, Smallville. Or
But Smallville only went for 10 seasons.
I know, but the thing I've heard about Smallville is the fact that it could have been ended after a few seasons.
Oh shit!
That's what. No, like in the sense that there were like so many filler episodes or episodes of the writers not really knowing what they wanted to do.
Okay.
With Clark or what have you not, and they're like he's kind of Superman, but not really.
Right.
Something like that. So I don't want Arrow to end up in that particular.
But they're kind of like, what are we gonna do with all
exactly,
of this?
Exactly. But so far, it seems like except for season 4, I think Arrow has been pretty consistent in the direction it's going.
Yeah.
Flash, on the other hand. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and enjoy this momentous occasion. This is 150 episodes here of Arrow.
Yep.
Thank you for the ride to Arrow writers. I appreciate that. You guys, for the most part, never let me down. Like Rick Roll. Yeah. I'm never gonna give up on you. Never gonna let you down. Alright, let's get this shit-bagging going on. The hell is this?
Yeah, this is like a beginning of a movie or something.
Is this the right
This was the one.
movie?
This was the one, because remember a minute ago it showed.
Wait, let's they're like 12 years of slave up in here.
Yeah.
Damn, what is up with here? Emerald Archer.
The rise of vigilantism.
Where it's gonna be like a documentary. Oh, this is season 2.
It doesn't matter if someone's wearing a mask.
And that's
All
where
that matters
Barry
is no one should have to lose their family.
was met the Reverse Flash one of the first times. This is so fucking cool. How it looks like somebody was there with a camera.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
Mary the Arrow.
Wow, they brought her back.
I don't even remember who she is.
Honestly, I don't know where
yeah,
I'd
she
be
was
right
the
now.
original
but I was
Kanye,
getting out of a couple pretty tight spots.
That's right. She left.
I owe them a lot. Surprise.
Thea. No, it's not Thea.
One more, please.
It's not Thea.
Hey, hey.
Ah, William.
Hey, kiddo, how are you?
It is quite interesting the difference.
off.
They're still doing scenes, but with camera work.
Virus or Trojan horse you
Yeah.
put on my tablet.
Oh,
Take it off
shit.
right now.
I didn't put anything on.
I found a firewall breach with a Bluetooth incursion. It had to be you.
But I get it. We have not been looped in.
I mean, Diggle's holding information off, though.
You know something.
You rang?
Oh, I was about to say. Yeah.
I did.
You've met my wife, right, Curtis? Great point. What are we looking for?
Whoa. That looked like Wild Dog's outfit. Yeah.
Yeah, it is Wild Dog.
It's like
Scarecrow?
Ragman.
Ah, okay.
days.
So what? Some people try to recreate them or something?
Maybe. Diana.
John has telling us.
They wouldn't hide behind a mask.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I
Oh, is he
stopped
back?
hiding behind a mask. But I didn't stop doing good.
Nice.
People need help.
Rory Reagan?
Was that his last name? I didn't know that.
Or Regan? Was
that all?
Regan?
I keep going out there because I love my city.
I wonder if
and I'll
Barry's
do
gonna
anything
show
to
up.
help it. I'm risking more sitting on my
His name
hands.
is
doing
Rene
nothing.
Ramirez. That's dude.
Just letting the world.
Lots of R&Rs.
Yeah, the mayor, the politicians, they might care about the city, but they don't seem to give a crap about the people in it.
This dude's always campaigning.
Yeah.
So you really so surprised when people decide to do something about it?
He's no saint.
Do people know he's Mr. Terrific?
Doesn't have
Is
to
it
be.
that-
I don't think
What
so.
he
Yeah,
does.
nah. I think most people
For
don't
what
know.
he is.
Just Oliver is the main one.
That's a
Oliver.
hero.
So it looks like I'm a director, right?
Yeah, bring him in. That's crazy.
I didn't just,
Like, I didn't
I
have to
messed
do-
it up. Sorry.
Goofy
Oliver is
ass.
an interesting guy. Unbelievably damaged. I hope you won't mind me saying that. I don't mean, well, all I meant by that was just that he's lived through a lot of darkness. No, I didn't know he was the Green Arrow until he turned himself in. I mean, whoa. Guys, you know a guy.
Bingo!
So
What's his
dumb.
name, Mo? I found Chimera. Yeah, Chimera. We gotta call him something. I thought Chimera sounded cool. Okay, do I look like
Gave him a
Cisco?
side. He said, I like Cisco.
Who are they?
Curtis,
His face.
how'd you find the
His
target?
face.
What? Oh, yeah, sorry. I managed to track it using the security footage from that abandoned athletic club. They were using the Blackwatch satellites, which I never said. Because they don't exist.
Where was he headed, Curtis?
101 Third Street.
I like
An abandoned
it.
building, probably a secondary layer.
101.
I never said.
Yeah, why?
Used to be Adam Hunt's building.
Wow. All right, cameraman.
Yeah. He's keeping up.
Holy shit. Wow. He really up in there. Wow.
What do they use like GoPro tape?
You know, yeah, I was about to say, nah, that's a legit camera though.
But like you know the beat of the
Right.
house and shit.
Like you would. Oh my god. Wow. You look like Crossbones though.
I just want to camera people.
Yeah, nobody's gonna help.
Oh,
Okay.
who is
You're
it?
okay.
Who is
Is
that?
that Dinah? No.
Oh,
Emiko.
He's coming for you, Oliver.
damn! Did they just expose the new Green Arrow now? too?
Yeah, right.
Come in here to lecture me about something.
Be careful,
Swear
dude.
she
Renee,
treats me like a kid or something.
gun.
Well, if
Yeah.
you just listen to her.
Be
If you take her
careful.
side, I take back that pizza.
Oh,
it's,
William.
Hi, is Zoe home?
What the hell? Did they
she
meet
is,
before?
I didn't know you were back in town.
Just for a few days.
Yeah, but they was.
You folks know you're here?
I'm not 7.
I'll be in the next room. Cleaning my gun.
Right. For reals. You're gonna do
Don't
one more.
worry about him.
Yeah. What the
I was getting
fuck?
back home. And that's what's bothering you?
Wait, are we
We've
about
only
to
got
have
about 3
kid
minutes
scenes
before
on
my
Arrow?
dad finds
Yeah, I
you.
guess they're
Okay.
gonna become the new Teen Titans.
Tell me that your impression really didn't like you back.
Sorta.
Cool. What's their name?
It's not that.
Then what is it?
Any word?
Best guess is that she has.
I think that's the longest we've ever seen in the hospital.
Yeah, right. That walk.
Like, it's usually just one scene. I'm not gonna lie, those cameras are so distracting to the actual plot. It's hard for me to focus.
Where is she?
That same doctor.
Your green-hooded friend. Well, do we really expect her to stick around?
Not with all these cameras around.
Yeah, shit, I don't want to stick around.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was naked. I legit thought she was topless. I'm like, yeah! Damn. You know, she's half Japanese, or a quarter Japanese.
Yeah, because her name is,
It's just me.
What are you doing here?
Captain
Like the actual...
Shimo.
Yeah.
I just came to check up on you.
Yeah.
So is this his new love interest?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, is some shit about to happen?
He said, you and me?
Yeah, you
running together like paws?
Right?
All right, thank you, Miss Mayor, for nothing. Yeah, we have a new problem.
That was pretty good.
We get better.
Nice. That music.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, so Team Arrow's back.
Copy that. Standing by.
I swore I'd never let her shoot again.
Come on, it's gotta feel good to be back in the saddle.
I just wish Dinah was here with us.
I wish they would give Mr. Terrific
Anti-vigilante
a
laws
victory.
crap.
He gets his ass whooped every fucking time. He never wins.
There you go.
Very same dangers that you claim to have saved us from.
See? That just proves my point.
Whoa!
How the fuck is
Super
that?
Bro!
And you know that miracle
Fucking hacks. Whoa!
You take down police with one shot. That's crazy.
So what are we thinking? Mirakuru? The exosuit?
Yeah.
Woo!
It's kind of like a Bane thing, you know?
Yeah, wow! Damn!
Did he shoot you too?
Ah, I shot him for good. Oh shit, he went through the tables! Okay. Who the fuck?
Okay, I'm analyzing the armor. It's Wayne Enterprises military grade. I'm just figuring out.
Wayne!
Oh, okay.
Tech. Wayne Tech, okay.
He wants a vigilante. I'm gonna give him one.
Yeah, let's go, Dinah!
Okay, good news, bad news time, guys.
She didn't know that she was the...
I guess not?
You can't move
Yeah,
without
like...
it. The only problem is...
Damn, who is this guy?
That's gonna damage destruction.
Get him! Go for it! That was quick. Alright.
Yeah,
Right there.
Nobody could have took him down on their own, man. If it takes for them to...
That is
there you
dope.
go.
What the hell is this?
Vigilante.
Oh,
Maybe you all
no.
were too busy being unconscious, but we just saved everyone in here.
Illegally.
What?
Anti-vigilante law stands. Take them into custody.
I don't get... She legit... Well, yeah, I was okay. I thought she didn't get arrested.
Okay.
So, yeah, that makes sense, though.
Okay.
That I understand why they arrested those.
Even if it was for the last time.
Oh.
I get my ass kicked for the last time.
He did all right.
He did all right. Yeah, right. He did okay.
Hey, kiddo, what's up?
William. I'm not kiddo.
I saw what happened on the news. After speaking with my family, I'm here to turn myself in.
Goddamn.
If you're gonna send my friends to prison, you're gonna have to send me.
Oh, wow. It's going to be a Hail Mary.
Captain Drake just stopped by to offer her resignation. He will issue one of these to each of them.
Oh, shit. Deputized.
They'll each be deputized like Mr. Green.
A friend of mine recently
Oh,
told
that's
me
a
that's
good
why they call them
transition.
snakes.
From him there to the screen.
Who's watching?
Learn from them.
Don't be Ricardo Diaz. Who's this?
Forward.
Whoa.
Nora Allen. She got...
Oh.
Where did you get that?
Oh.
Stole it.
This is the future.
Yeah, that much I figured, but wasn't this documentary banned?
Whoa, the future arc is getting a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Black Lightning! All right, cool. So there you have it. That was the latest episode of Arrow. Okay, pretty good for
Yeah.
You know, for like I said, like I didn't understand what the big deal was with 100 Arrow 150.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the 100th episode of Arrow was really good, but this was a cool little way for it to like kind of a midpoint. It's important, but not that important. It'll be interesting to see what happens with episode 200.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's cool that they did something a little bit special without distracting from the actual storyline.
Yeah,
that's the
right.
main thing.
That's right.
Because I remember Arrow 100 was actually right during the during the crossover, Heroes
Okay.
versus Aliens.
Oh, okay.
And that kind of even though it was a great episode, it also sort of distracted from the crossover and the actual regular season. So it was kind of weird. But do you remember that?
100 episode 100?
Yeah.
No. What happened?
It was kind of like Perchance to a Dream, where the Dominators basically.
That's what with Thea didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where Dominators Oliver basically gave everybody the perfect life that they wanted. And I thought that was really clever the way they mixed it in there.
Yeah.
But this one actually was still keeping with the actual story and then showcasing some other stuff. So that was cool. That was a cool way they did that. And then on top of that, the camera angles and the way they used the camera to like start running.
Yeah, that was man, yo, that's some good shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was like that one scene where they were running through the tables and I got super fucking dangerous, but like that.
How can he? You know what I mean? They must have some shit cleared out for him. You know what I mean? Like just run straight as you can.
Behind the scenes, yes, but I'm like realistically, no way, man. There's no way. But that was really cool. That like when I was watching that, like it made me think of like this is kind of what fan films should kind of aspire to be as well.
Right,
like you know, like
equality.
If you don't have the equipment to do what we see on an everyday basis, at least you can actually do that sort of movement. That still looks pretty dope. Handheld, jerky camera running type of deal. So it actually makes me rethink some stuff that we've been talking off camera about trying to do something like, you know, I
don't give them too much.
Yeah, I didn't buy these arrow costumes and bows for no reason. I had plans to do some stuff, but I never got around to it. Or I got the people together, but now we're starting to get more of the people together to try to do something. But yeah, that was really cool. Story-wise, interesting. It was interesting because one of the most compelling things I saw in this actual episode was the fact that we, as the viewer, had to watch it two ways. We're watching it as somebody who's watching a documentary, but at the same time, we're watching it as somebody we feel like one of the characters in the story. So we're like, wait, Oliver, Blackwatch, don't mention Blackwatch. Like, we can't be talking about that so much. And there was a lot of shit going on in that story, and I like that.
Yeah, and I like that they, because like you said, the two perspectives, right? And you know they're doing the documentary in there, so we're watching them watching, you know what I mean? So it's like double audience.
It was kind of cool, and then the way that they I was a little worried that they were gonna do the documentary the whole episode, which would have been a little jarring for me. But I like the fact that they switched in and out.
Right.
That was actually really clever because sometimes the shaky cam was a little too much. So then they would cut to some really easy pan scenes. So, and now we finally do see. I'm glad the writing on Arrow has been spectacular recently in terms of pace. Pace is so important, to the point where I forgot that Oliver really hasn't told anybody about his sister.
That's right.
But we just got to it recently. Right. He worked it all out, and now he's gonna start doing now he's going around telling people who the new Green Arrow is. Right. I wonder if Emiko's identity, or at least her face, has been revealed.
Yeah, with the documentary, right? She's laid up.
Right.
They can zoom in on her.
But I guess nobody really knows who she is, so it's also okay. Yeah. Because already, they don't really know who she is to begin with, because the affair was off the books anyways.
That's true.
So it was just she could just be some random Asian kid, woman now that nobody really knows about. So she could speak.
And nobody would be able to connect those dots unless that person, someone told them.
I mean, the only thing I could really say is that she could probably be, she could just make a fake alias.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. She'll just call herself Susan Shimoda. I'm only laughing because that's kind of an Asian joke. Like Chow is a Korean name.
Yeah, right.
But she's supposed to be Japanese,
yeah.
so it's kind of funny. Like nobody will know the difference. Yeah.
Man, you know they get all like. Remember in Heroes they had the guy who played Ando. He was
that's the homie. Yeah. I know him. James Keeson Lee.
Okay,
but he played a Japanese
right?
dude. Yeah, he's Korean. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's why it's kind of funny.
Right.
It's like, oh, we'll just call her Susan Nguyen or something like that.
Yeah.
Nobody don't know.
Yeah, right.
She says Oriental like that. But nah, that would be pretty funny. If that's the way they go. I looked her up. She's actually half Japanese. I think she's Cherokee. I may.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to misquote because I did look her up one day because a member of the Red Dread Nation was like, "Yo, Akasan, her name is," and then she was like, it was like, like you said, her last name was
Shimooka.
Yeah, Shimooka. So she is of Japanese descent. Right. She's also mixed with, I think, some European and something else. So, I think the reason because I made a joke of how she really looks like she could play a real life Pocahontas.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
But I think she does have some Indian or some sort of Cherokee in her or whatever. She needs to have some black in her. I went too far. You went too far, Akasan. You're doing all right. She is hot.
No comment.
She is hot. She's got and I know she works out a lot too. Like I checked out her Instagram page. Now I'm just sounding thirsty.
You're right.
The thirst is real, but no. Oh, but what I will say about her Instagram page is months and months ago, before she showed up as the Green Arrow, she did post something about how she's like, man, had a good workout on set, and she was wearing the actual green out. She was wearing the green pants. Yeah. But nobody you can't put it together with just that. Right. And I thought that was pretty cool the way she kind of.
And that's when you can backtrack and go back. Oh, so she was doing it.
So it's kind of cool that they did that. But anyways, outside of that, that was really cool to see the return of Captain Lance.
Yeah, for a second he was there.
Yeah. And I like the way that they started it with the Warner Brothers documentary intro. At first, I thought we're gonna get some real still shit.
Hey, you know what? They actually they cut the documentary part kind of between. Like after a while, we didn't see any more documentary. We saw them following around, but we didn't see remember they had Barry sitting down talking, they had his name, and they had Lance. But then after a while, it was just the camera going with them, and then we didn't see any more really. I think vigilantes are blah blah blah. The documentary part kind of went halfway, and then it stopped.
I see what you mean, because then the regular story started to pick up a little bit more. Right. I think my assumption is the fact that I see what you mean, and they probably needed some sort of real closure. To that story or something like that.
Because we didn't see the document. Is it going to continue next time? Is it still going?
Nah, that's an interesting point because I do wonder. We even had narration. I think.
Yeah. People talking. They brought people in.
They should have Liam Neeson do the narration. I thought that was.
From this particular substance.
Yes. From the beginning, there were 7 days to make a difference, to become more than a man, like that. You heard about him recently?
No, what happened to him? What, he got taken or something?
Yeah, he got taken by Twitter. I feel so bad for this dude. I don't know. Okay, sorry, Arrow fans. We're about to get off track a little bit, but it's kind of related to vigilanteism because I'll figure out a way to bring it back in here. So he's promoting a new movie, right? Okay. About a vigilante. Okay. And, people taking the law into their own hands, right? And it's all connected. We're there. And so he's given an interview, right? It's kind of interesting. I want to see what your opinion is on this. So I'm going to try and paraphrase it correctly. He's talking about how, in his character, plays somebody that something happened to somebody close in their family or something like that. Okay. And they take the law. In the story, his son dies by mafia people or something. Oh, okay. Like that. So then he takes the law into his own hand, and they bring up the fact that he plays a lot of roles about people taking revenge. You're somebody right. Close to him, and he said that in his own private life, there's some. He can understand that because in his private life, there's someone close to him was raped.
Oh, okay.
And, like, he's revealing this all. He's like,
Yeah.
there's someone really close to him that was raped.
Yeah.
Either his sister or his mom or something like that.
Wow.
And he's getting that information when he comes home. He gets the information and he finds out, he's like, was it a person of color? And then the woman says, yeah, it was a black man. And so then, for the next week or next couple days or so, he's out in the streets of...
this is in the movie.
No, this is real life.
Oh, okay. Oh shit! So this happened.
Yeah.
Then he went out to find the person.
Yeah.
Who did this tragic thing to his loved one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's describing his situation at that time as so angry and so compelled with hate and vengeance. He just was walking down the streets just looking for any excuse, and he was looking and he was saying to himself, let me find this black motherfucker. And then he was just like, and then this is the part, he's like, he was so engulfed by rage that, he would just take it out on any black person he could find that fits the description.
Okay. And so he started beating people up and shit? Or
no. In his mind. So he's just looking for an excuse. So if a black person crosses him the wrong way, he would just have he would finally have an excuse to let out this anger and this rage.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of paraphrasing a bit, but that's from the best of my memory. That's the way he kind of described it. And then, he goes on to say, yes, people were like, oh my God. He's like, I know, but this is horrible. He said, this is a horrible way of thinking. He couldn't have, he feels horrible that he even thought like that at that time.
Yeah.
But he was trying to show this as an example of what happens when somebody takes, he said that rape and revenge is not the revenge of rape is not the way to live like that.
Oh, okay.
To go with that mentality.
Right.
But Twitter and its infinite wisdom took it really as Liam Neeson wants to hurt black people like that, right? So, what do you think? Because for me, when I read the article, I got it. I was like, okay. But at the same time, I also understand why people would see like the fact that so Liam Neeson just wants to hurt the black community in general because he sees all black people the same.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of get where somebody could kind of twist it that way, but the way I kind of saw it was that he imagined because the description was a black person, he had this image of a black thug or somebody raping whoever was his mom or his sister or whomever. And that's the image, he was looking for a stereotype.
Right, okay.
Not the color of somebody, you know?
Okay.
Like if he saw a black kid, he wasn't gonna beat up a black kid. But it maybe, if he saw a quote unquote thuggish, someone who fits the description, that like in his rage at that time, he would have been taking it out. So luckily nothing happened. And so, the way I saw it was like, looking at the same situation, I'm like, somebody made a good point. Denzel, if someone close to Denzel was raped by a white person and he went out and said, let me go find that cracker. Nobody would even blink twice because they would say because of the way black people have always been treated anyways, it's okay for him to feel this way. So I don't know. What do you think?
This is I think there's degrees, or let's say layers to it. Right. So rape is rape. If somebody has some tragic thing happen to them, the first thing is like
revenge.
This person, a family member, a friend of mine had this terrible thing happen to them. Now you're angry about that, but then it can go. We'll take our stereotypes, or we'll reach for that thing. It's a person did a bad thing, but then you can start saying ethnicity. This person was Asian, or this person was melanated, or whatever. And then you try to grab at it. So the stereotype, they're gonna come up because they're put into everybody's minds through media and shit. So it's gonna immediately he's gonna go to, it must be what I saw last night on TV shooting up the TV drama.
Something like that. Like, but do you think he was wrong to talk about it and bring it up in the interview?
In the capacity that it was a black person? Or
yeah. Even like, or just like, should he have just omitted the fact that
he didn't have to say? That's what I'm saying. That's the layer down. The first layer is that it's rape. Someone raped my family member. I went out looking for.
Right.
Now, if he wanted to, did he want to drop down to the next level? And it just happened to be thuggish, ruggish bone. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go catch these guys. You know, like that's his second layer. But you don't have to go there. Like my brother.
I see.
My brother used to say this. He used to say, "Pop, I'm gonna make it." He does like car mechanic stuff, and he was like, "I'm gonna make a car mechanic. I'm gonna name it Black Auto or something like that." And my dad said, "Just name it whatever, but you don't have to put black on it. If you do it and you black, they're gonna know that anyway." You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, you don't have to go there if you don't want to. He chose that because it came out of it.
It makes sense. Okay, so I could see that point. It's like, if you wanted to make a point about vigilantism and things, all you have to mention is that.
That's right.
He didn't have to really put out the rest of it.
The ethnicity of it, because that's coming out of him, and either he really does feel like that, or it's the social program.
But do you think that's the whole point? Was he was trying to show about how induced rage could be? Like, so he's trying to make the point about rage, how rage will succumb to you, and how make it look how ridiculous it is, the fact that he made a stereotype.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So if he just said, okay, I was mad, my mom or my sister got raped, so I was looking for that person, or I was looking for that person and he just left it at that, it's not as impactful in terms of saying, well, no, I was looking for anybody that fit that description.
Right. Then that means it's inside of him. Which is what I'm saying is he let the rage go to something that's already in him that he feels about, because that black motherfucker, you know, that's something he's had that thought before. You know
so you don't think if it was so they're in Ireland, right? So they said, like, if she said it was someone from England with an English accent raped that person, and then he went looking around looking for I'm gonna
get those
Brits, whatever, like that, right?
That means somewhere in his past he's thought about Brits in a negative form, and it's there, and the rage just allowed him to access that. See, everybody, and this is the thing.
Okay, I can see that. Okay, I can see that point. See that point. So there was already a premeditated or what did you say? The pre-existing
stereotype.
No. You just said it earlier. Program. A pre-programmed stereotype of what he feels like that.
And that everybody has it. It's not like it's not that he's special or he's a bad guy. It's that everybody, because we got media. We've all seen the Chinese triad or the Italian mafia. You know, we've all seen this. So we'll go to the negative stereotype that we've been given. If an Italian person beats up a friend of yours, you might start saying, you know what, I guarantee you he was with the mafia, these good fellas, Robert De Niro, motherfucker, you know, and they were ready to get him, but that's what was given to him, and that's what you're gonna roll with to fuel your anger. So it's not that I won't say that he's a bad guy or he hates black people or anything like that. I'm saying that that's just something that was given to him and he accessed it.
I see. So I would say it's actually good that people are talking about it, but I don't think. Do you think he should be banned from Hollywood and things like that?
No. I don't.
For that.
Did he shoot anybody?
No,
Kill anybody? No.
No.
If he did anything like he did in Taken, then he should be arrested. You know? If he just started and then went home at the end of the day and said, let's forgive and forget.
Right, he got over it, or he at least got through it like that. Yeah, because we all jump to conclusions and stereotypes, like I say, pre-programmed. Stay tuned for Black Lightning, everyone. Or should should we just say lightning?
Right, yeah.
Like, lightning.
Because why you got, if you got the lightning power, people see that you black anyway. You ain't got to put. Actually, that whole black thing was done like in the '60s and stuff, where they was trying to really emphasize that okay, black people can also do this. So that's when they started putting black at the beginning of the shit.
Well, they actually said there was actually an episode with our issue with Mr. Terrific and Black Lightning. They were talking about something like that, where why do you put black in the front or something like that? He's like, so they know who they're dealing with, like that. What about you? You call yourself Mr. Terrific. Yeah. And he's like, same reason. Because they know who they're dealing with. Yeah. Mr. Terrific. Right. Like, yeah. Or something like that. And then there's another one where this one came up recently where fucking, what is her name? The Lightning Girl. Voltage.
Oh, I haven't seen Black Light.
No.
You know Black Light?
Shriek. She's in Superman as well. Whatever. I think Livewire. Yeah. There you go. Livewire was pinned down by Black Lightning. She's like, come on, I've taken Lightning before. And she's like, but you've never taken Black Lightning. And she legit knocked her ass out. Like, what? He was on top of her and shit, like in that a particular position. He's like, but you've never taken Black Lightning. And knocked her ass out. So there you go. All right. Guys, that was it. Sorry, I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I thought that was an interesting thing because it does coordinate back to vigilantism. True. And the reason why vigilantism is banned because of that. Because if vigilantes can just come out there, go out there and do the goddamn thing, they have this pre-programmed thought process.
Kick in.
Right.
Kick it unless that person is aware of these programs and able to override them with some type of.
And I think that's what the whole reason why, why deputizing vigilantes, they're supposed to be having more, and I think that's what's going to be come up a little bit later in the future. Like, vigilantes are police officers are not supposed to have their own agendas type of things, and I think that's going to come up more. What happens when Wild Dog goes off the books that? Again,
right.
He obviously is going to be doing that.
Yeah.
I don't even understand Diggle. Diggle's part of Argus.
Yeah,
this one doesn't even make sense. That one's a little weird anyways, because I'm like, isn't Argus above the pay grade of everybody?
People don't even know about Argus,
right?
They shouldn't even know that's what
Diggle, there was no way Diggle was going to jail.
Yeah, right?
I think.
Diggle, Argus would buy that jail. We'll get him out. We'll get him out.
That's a nice little slap sign. That's a little jail you got. It would be a shame if somebody bought it. Yeah, like that. That white dude that pops up every once in a while in Argus is gonna be like, I think we're gonna buy that. Those look like some good employees. We need some more license plates. Prism system, man. Best employee work program ever, man.
Indeed.
You guys look into that one for reals. Alright guys, we're gonna get on out of here. Happy 150th episode of Special Thanks to Duo for doing the goddamn thing for us. And we'll see you for the next episode. We'll talk to you next time.
Peace.
You have failed this city.